Hi guys, so we're gonna go ahead and do a quick tutorial on all of the functions of the Bigo app while you're live, so you just know what everything means, because I know there's a lot of stuff going on the screen and it can be really intimidating. So let's get started. You're gonna see at the top here, right up here in the corner. So that's gonna be your profile pic, your name, and how many beans you've accumulated on the app so far in total from day one. All right, so that's pretty easy. Up here now, right underneath, right here is where you're gonna see a little button where that you can click to see for the hour, the hourly region list. So on that list, you're gonna see where you're at for the hour. It's going to show the amount of beans you've made and also what ranking you're at. So the top ranking is going to be the person who's live for that hour who has the most beans, and then the second person has the one after that, and third and so on and so forth. So that is pretty good to check so that you know where you're at for the hour. I like to check it just to see how everybody else is doing and kind of root people on and say, hey guys, I'm only 500 beans from being #1 on the hourly list, and just kind of give them incentive to kind of send you more, to push your live to be like the best of the hour. So that's pretty self-explanatory. Then up here, right here, is a really important bar that I really pay attention to. So that is where you're gonna see how many stars you're at in that present time. So for every amount of beans, it'll push you further to a different star ranking. So if you have started your live and you have 0 beans, you're gonna be on 0 stars. So in order to get to 1 star, you need 50 beans and 2 gifters. So when you look at that bar, it'll actually show you, it'll have a little symbol that looks like a little person, and it'll say a number beside it. So it'll say number 2 and then that little person symbol. So you know you absolutely need 2 gifters to get to your next star, and it'll say 50 beans as well. So it'll say like 0/50 to show you out of the 50 beans, you currently are at 0. If you were to get 25 beans and you have 1 gifter now that gave you the 25 beans, it'll show you that you have 25/50 beans, and then it'll have number 1 with a little person of a little picture showing you need 1 more gifter to get to your next star. Now to get to 2 stars, you need 2 gifters, or sorry, I think it might even be 4 gifters. Correct me if I'm wrong. It might be 4 gifters and 200 beans. So for every star, you need a certain amount of beans and a certain amount of gifters, and it will actually tell you that at the top. If you look at that little bar right there, right here, it'll show you. So right now it's saying that she has 1,006 beans and she needs to get to 5,000 to get to 4 stars. So that's really good to pay attention to. You want to kind of have a personal goal for yourself every day. For me, I say, okay, I'll be happy if I get to 5 stars. But everybody has a different goal depending on how long you've been on the app, how much time you can go live for that hour. So that's totally up to you. No pressure. You do whatever you're comfortable with. So that is that. Next, you have up here all of the people, the viewers watching. So I don't know if you guys can see this, but she had, I think it says 417 people watching. It might be covered by my little timer that I have on here, but yes, it's 417 people watching. So it'll tell you the number of how many viewers you have, and then it'll tell you your top gifters as well at the top corner, and it'll tell you in order of biggest gifter to smallest gifter. So if you want to see everybody that is watching your live, you can click right here and it'll pull out the list, and you can see everybody that's watching your live. So that's pretty good to take a look at, to know like who's in there. Are my homies watching me? Who's in here? And try to shout out people always in the chat down here as people are joining. Okay, just ignore that. Okay, wait, just ignore that. I just noticed that. The show feed is crazy. Yes, but try to shout out all the people that are joining the chat. Try to say, hey, what's up, El Jose, Zach, man, good to see you. Just try to make sure that they feel seen, appreciated, noticed. And again, if there's anybody being inappropriate and saying anything that makes you uncomfortable in the chat, like show feet, what you can do is go ahead and click their name right here. Go ahead, click El Jose. Sorry, El Jose, you're going to be our bad example for the day. Click his name, and you'll see actually in the top left-hand corner, it's going to be like a little settings, a picture of a little settings icon. You just click that and you can click manage, and you'll be able to set people as your admin. You'll be able to kick them out. You'll be able to mute them, and so on and so forth. Or even once you try to kick them out, it'll ask you if you want to block them as well. Depending on how bad they are, you can block them too. It's totally up to your discretion. So that is that. But yes, a big part of doing well on here is making sure that you pay attention to the chat and you really make everybody feel super welcome and just really comfortable, and like this is a safe space. So you can set, actually, you can click up here when you're live and set different goals for the day or for your live. So for example, she has the rose gift chosen. So usually I think it'll say 99. It's cutting off the number, but you can put like a little goal, like I want to get 99 roses this live. So it can show you up here how many gifters have sent you a rose, and you'll see this bar slowly getting more full as you reach your goal. So that's a pretty cool function. You can change that every live. You don't have to do the roses. You can do any gift you want. Also, okay, so let's move on down to the bottom of the screen. So we're going to go down here. Down here is the chat button. You can press that at any time if you want to write something in the chat. Like say you're like, guys, you gotta check out this live streamer. Their name is blah, blah, blah. I'll write it in the chat. You can go ahead and you can also add something in the chat as well. That's pretty self-explanatory. Now, another huge function that you're going to use a lot is down here. Okay, right here. These three lines are a big deal. This is really your menu that you want to really pay attention to. Now, you know what I'll do? I'll get a screenshot of what that looks like when you do open up this area. So you can see all the different functions in there, because that is your bread and butter. That's awesome. That's actually where you can open it up and you can choose interactive stickers. You can set it so that you can have a sticker that every time you get a certain gift, you get lightning bolts on your screen, or fire, or water. Then you can go over to the next tab over on that same little sticker one, and you can choose a sticker to post your Instagram, even on your live. You can also put a little note, like I do this silly thing where I say, okay, whoever sends 1,000 beans, I'm gonna write your name down. You can use that to show how far away you are for your goal for the day or for the month. You can say, oh, I'm 50K away from tier, whatever you like, but use that to kind of get people going and know like, hey, if I do this, I can get that. So even if you say, oh, 1K for my Instagram, what a lot of people will do is make an Instagram account and give out their Instagram if people send a certain bean amount. So it gives incentive to get people dropping and being able to gift you more and kind of prompt them to do so. So that's really awesome. You can also click the three lines and go ahead and press record. So there's a little record button. There's a way you can also take screenshots. I would like to record when I know somebody's going to send me a big gift. So if a gifter says, hey, press record, you're going to go down to this little area and click the three lines and then press record. And it'll record for up to 1 minute of your live stream for you. And yeah, like a lot of times a gifter will be like, press record. And that usually means they're going to send you a big gift and they want you to have that as a memory. And after the 1 minute is done, you can actually post it right from there. It'll ask you, do you want to just save it or post it? You can post it right to your feed. And that will also help you get more people in your room too. That will show up on Bigo's feed for people to see. So that's great for exposure. So that's wonderful. So I want you guys definitely to check out the 3 lines. There's tons of different things in there that you can use and click on to, use different functions of your live. Now, if you're driving in a car, they don't want you driving at all. You should not be live streaming and driving. That's super dangerous. But if you're on break and you're at work or something and you want to go be in a private space and sit in your car and go live, you can absolutely do that. But you have to make sure that you put a background on your screen so it doesn't look like you're in your car, because if they see that you're in your car, they're gonna ban you and they're gonna give you a warning. So what you do is you click on these 3 lines, you click the magic little circle icon, I believe, and then you can click backgrounds. You can choose any virtual background, or you can even upload a picture of yourself and have a picture of yourself as your background. But that's a super important function to use if you are in your car just sitting on break or something and live streaming. So driving and live streaming is a no-no. It's not safe. Do not recommend. Very dangerous. No, 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 no. I cannot stress that enough. We love you. We want you to be safe. Let's not do that. So then you're going to go around here and there is this. Oh, it's not letting me do it. There we go. This little button here. So if people are requesting to come up in your live, they are going to try to push that little button and request to come up to talk in your guest box. Now your guest box will appear right here. And you can have a maximum of 2 people. 2 people at one time. Yeah, I don't know. That failed. So if you like to have people up on your guest box, you can do so. Or if you're asking questions and people want to hop up and answer, you can do that too. But I do want to warn you that yes, sometimes people do want to come up in the guest box and they will talk forever and try to take over your live. So, or also, I have to warn you about this too. Sometimes people can hop up in your guest box, and if you don't know them, they could be a perv and try to do something gross and show you things that you don't want to see that are very inappropriate. So be very cautious with who you let up on your guest live. Just because somebody's requesting to come up doesn't mean you have to let them. You really don't. If you really want to, you absolutely can, but use that function to your discretion, because again, there are people that are out to do strange things on here and it's very just inappropriate and awkward. So let's try not to do that.